The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
He'll never stop shooting a basketball the rest of his life. All he's going to do is become one of those old, famous ex-players that's in the Hall of Fame, that's a legend, that shows up at games, just like his dad did. His dad shows up at games. His dad was never as good as he is. And his brother is the lost soul. Like, they don't even care about his broke ass. This guy, Steph Curry, can play forever.
Pharrell, coast to coast. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
After every round, you guys were still up in each other's face, mouthing off before you went back to your corners, trying to get not just the last punch, but the last word. What was the mood between you guys? Obviously, you're in there for your fright.
It didn't cut him. It didn't stunt him. A point wasn't taken away. There's no reason to even mention something like that. You're in a brawl. Things are happening. Accidents happen.
Only on SportsGrid.
And welcome in. It's in-game live game day on a wild, wonderful, wacky Wednesday. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan for the next 2 glorious hours, right up until 10 p.m. Eastern Time, watching, analyzing, more importantly, betting on the world of sports. And boy, we say it often, but it is true, especially tonight. Smorgasbord of stuff to put a couple of shekels on. We got the Masters starting in a few hours. They can't lose golf pick, believe it or not. We got some baseball. We got some, we got some hockey. We got some NBA. It's a who's who of nobodies who are not playing tonight in the NBA. What else is new, right? We got the SGPs. We got Black Clouds. Great guest. Dubs Anderson will join us, do some golf with him with the Masters. We got our guy, obviously, Cam Stewart with his Masters picks a little bit later on. Jeff Dawson, East Coast Sports Investors, little baseball stuff, little hockey NBA with him. And, of course, our 5 on the line trend play of the night. So busy 2 hours. What's going on, Dave? How are you tonight? What are you rocking there? Philadelphia? LA Clippers.
LA Clippers, old school Clipper stuff. Clippers are the new school Clippers. This is all good. They play tonight against Houston, who has already decided that they're the 2 seed. So a line that was like 7.5, 8 this morning is now 10.5. Welcome to the last week of the NBA season, where games fly, big spreads get there. Sometimes they don't. Totals look like they should go over. They go under. Unders go way over. Props all over the place. But it was obvious tonight to wear one of 2 teams, the Lakers or the Mavericks. And I said, you know what? Everybody's going to do that. We don't do that on this show. We don't do what everyone else is doing. We do other things. We do same game parlay. We do Black Cloud play of the night, end of the first hour. Guest galore. It's a power-packed Wednesday. There was day baseball. There's still night baseball. I love it. I mean, this is a great time of year, and it's right before Masters. You said a few hours away. When we wake up out west, breakfast at Augusta, nothing better.
That's a beautiful thing. I wish it was just the last week, by the way, in the NBA. But we get this all the time. Celtics sat everybody. When I mean everybody, they sat all 5 starters. Houston is sitting all 5 starters, and OKC is sitting 4 starters. I mean, it's just like, that's the NBA. It is, boy, I tell you what, if you made money like betting games, not in-game live, but just betting games from the start, this year in the NBA with some of these goofy lines that are like 3, 4, 5, 6 points different, God bless you this year, because it's been tough. You know, the Laker line last night, started at 9, went up to 15.5. Then LeBron and company all say they're playing. It drops back down to 8. And either way, no matter what line you bet, if you bet OKC, you actually cover the spread.
Yes,
they
sir.
won by 16. I don't think it went higher than 16. So, but it's been crazy. It's been crazy. So
the lines are all over the place. We got this thing that we do at the beginning of every show. We call it 5 on the line. Get it to it, because we got a lot of plays. They looked okay yesterday. I think tonight we're right around the same range.
Yeah. All right. So let me real quickly. I will tell you, I'm going over not Luka. I'm going over Anthony Davis and Klay Thompson. The game's underway. It's about halfway through the first quarter. The whole world's betting over Luka tonight, and you can. He might go for 31, but I like the other guys that everyone's forgetting about. So we'll get into that here in a bit. But you're right. So we got great games tonight. 5 great trends. We do it every single night. Went 3-2 last night. If you follow the trends religiously, you've made some money. Here we go. 5 of the best trends on 5 on the line, as we like to call it here on the grid. So, number 5. Milwaukee. A little baseball. It's kind of a combo trend here, Dave. Milwaukee 6-1 their last 7. Colorado 1-7 their last 8. So don't have to be a genius, I don't think, to figure out where we're going to go on this one. Give me the Milwaukee Brewers, right? Minus 140, 142 or so, depending on where you do your shopping against Colorado. I'm a little worried that line is so low, but it seems like be a no-brainer to me.
This is not really low, though, for a team on the road. You can only go so high unless you're the Dodgers, and you can be minus 180 on the road with a pitcher or something. This is about the peak for a road team, even against the terrible Colorado Rockies. I like that one.
All right. Number 4, we'll switch to the NHL for the next 3, as a matter of fact. Like this one a lot. Calgary fighting for a playoff spot, taking on the Anaheim Mighty Ducks in Anaheim. They've beaten the Ducks 9 straight times. You know what we say about streaks, right? Winners bet with streaks, losers bet against streaks. Laying, decent little number, minus 162. So, you know where we're going. Give me Calgary, minus 162, right, to make it 10 straight over the Ducks, who are playing for nothing. They're officially eliminated.
Officially eliminated. Calgary not officially eliminated yet. I love that C logo. It's on fire. Hopefully this trend stays on fire. 9-0 is pretty good.
All right. Next up, number 3. I know they lost their last game, but 12-1 is still a pretty good trend, right? And that's the St. Louis Blues. They've won 12 of their last 13 games. They're in Edmonton tonight. No Draisaitl, no Connor McDavid still. Edmonton can't score. So give me St. Louis. Where are we going to go? There we go. St. Louis, right? Minus 105. Basically pick them against the Edmonton Oilers. And that line itself, Dave, should tell you a little something, like they're begging for Edmonton money at home.
It's strange. This thing opened 140, 145-ish, and has gone nothing but down because nobody's playing. I mean, it might as well be an NBA game. Nobody's playing for the Oilers. They give up a ton of goals. I think the game goes over. I like St. Louis as well.
All right. Next one, number 2 on our hit list, 5 on the line trends. San Jose, the lovely Sharks. Outside of Cam Stewart, I don't know anyone that likes San Jose. They've lost 6 in a row. They got the worst record in hockey. 11 of their last 12 have come in regulation. They're taking on Minnesota tonight, that's fighting for a playoff spot. Where are we going to go? Yeah, money line. Let's grab Minnesota in regulation, minus 210 to beat San Jose, who 11 of their last 12 losses have come in regulation. So we don't throw regulation lines up there too often. I don't expect you to lay minus 360 or so, but Minnesota
I was going to say,
home.
It's minus 350. You can't lay that, so go with this. Yeah. Let's hope it doesn't go to overtime. Don't be surprised to see San Jose leading this game at one point. That'll get your heart going. Minnesota will win.
Yeah. All right. So that leaves us with just one. The number one trend, which again is still undefeated. And then since we've been doing this for a week and a half or so, the number one trend has yet to lose. We've challenged it even last night, and it did not lose. So where are we going to go? NBA. Phoenix Suns are 0-8 against the spread their last 8 games. So where are we going to go? Number one trend, give me OKC. It's down to 7.5 because they're not playing anybody. But again, with these trends, we don't take into account who's playing, who's not playing, what the line is. These are just trends. Trends don't have any friends when it comes to who's playing and who's not. So OKC, you probably can get yourself a better line. Like I said, I think it's down to 7.5. Lay the 7.5 against the against the Phoenix Suns, who have lost 7 in a row. And I think every single one of those, honestly, have been by double digits. They're done.
Terrible.
So.
They're done. They've been done. Hopefully, the trends are our friends tonight. Why can't we all be friends? I think they go minimum 3-2. It's a little chalky when you look at the whole board. It looks a little chalky, heavy, favorite heavy. But that's okay because they get there.
Yep, 17 games over 500 since we've been doing it. All right, more coming up on the grid.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the game starts so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
welcome back in Game Live. Game Day on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number one, just getting underway. We got baskets, we got baseball, little hockey, little golf as well. So busy next 2 hours. Really, probably the main story outside of the Masters, Dave, starting tomorrow. Luka goes back to Dallas. For the first time, they played Dallas, but in Los Angeles. So this is his first return back. Game's underway. I did not watch it. We were doing game time decisions, little hit there, but I'm sure they gave him a standing ovation. Like, they don't blame him. It's not like he asked for a trade or wanted out or anything. So, I doubt very much if they booed him. There'd be no reason to. So, I like the Lakers in the game. And as I said earlier, I am leaning more towards the Anthony Davis props. It was 29.5 when we looked at it with Luka. They bumped it up to 30.5 today. So if you did put it in last night, you bought yourself a point. But I got a feeling it's going to be AD that is. I think Luka could as well. But I do like the Lakers in the game. But I'm sided more towards the AD props and Klay Thompson as well, just because he always plays well against the Lakers.
There's the team trends right there to the Lakers, 12-4 to the over the last 16. I like the over in the game. 4-6 ATS last 10 for the Lakers. I'm a book guy, so I say let them all come in and bet the Lakers. Keep betting it up. That's fine. They played last night. Dallas didn't. AD's got an axe to grind as well, hopefully. I can tell you this. I was watching it. There was a tremendous, and I mean tremendous, tribute to Luka before the game on the video board that resulted in him having to put a towel over his face because he was crying. It was emotional. It was excellent. The place was clapping. Everybody was up on their feet. And then Luka went out and got 14 points in the first quarter. So he's way ahead of pace. He's on the bench right now to start the second quarter as the Lakers are trailing 32-28. So I didn't look at AD's numbers. Let's look there.
Get 2.
He's got 2 points. 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Played 8 minutes. But the Dallas has spread it out. Look at that. Every guy on the team got a basket except one. So they're spreading it around. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think this is a blowout. I think we'll be able to take, there'll be opportunity. Dallas probably in the first half. The Lakers will come storming back the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth, and we'll go from there.
I think he goes for 50 tonight. Hop on board now. Well, and I'm going to not reverse, but just buy into the Luka stuff a little bit more than what I did before the game. I think he's going for 50. Because, if he didn't have that many points first quarter, I'd be a little concerned. Maybe he's not up for the moment. But he had, like I said, he had 14. So really he needs to get 42, 43. Then he'll get 50. Because then they'll be feeding him the ball. And they'll make it his moment. As long as dopey LeBron James doesn't want to, get jealous and try and take some points away from him. I'm counting on LeBron to play ball with us here tonight. So it's 11-1 right now. He's got 14. Right now, 14 would put him over 50. So he's on pace for 50. I could see that happening.
Right now, his live number on FanDuel is 12-1 to get 50 points, 50 or more.
Do it.
To get 45 plus, it's plus 550. So there's a little insurance there. And wow, they got him already nailed down for 40 at plus 210. Yeah. So
that's nuts.
That's the actual number is probably 35. Yeah. So 35 plus is actually the minus number. I was doing it in my head. I said, I got the minus number probably around 35. It's minus 138 right now. This is great. This is one of the benefits of, doing the show in-game live, being on, and passing. We didn't used to do this stuff in Vegas, live in-game points props. This is fun. So we'll keep an eye on that. You think he goes what would your bet be, 40 plus, or you actually think he gets 50?
Oh, 50. Because he's not going to go for – here's the thinking. Maybe 45 is like the minimum. If he gets 46, there's no way in the world they're not going to be giving him the ball to get to 50. No way. So once he hits 46, you might as well just cash that ticket. So can he get to 46? It's just unless LeBron, LeBron, he's gonna get jealous. Oh, all the attention's going to Luka, not me. God forbid that should happen. I would think that he again would play ball. I hope he doesn't start crying and say, "Get my son in the game." Although we need his son to score 20 more points. He's at 55 for a 50-1 ticket. We need 20 points out of Bronny. Can we get that?
He's not going to get there. No.
Yeah,
it's not going to get there.
It was looking good after he scored 17 points, but I think there's a better chance of Luka getting 50 tonight than Bronny getting 20 more. To tell you the truth.
Yeah, probably right. Yeah, I mean, you need the Lakers to secure their position in the playoffs. Like the Western Conference is crazy. I mean, right now, and we got Denver playing tonight. After firing the coach, the Western Conference is completely jumbled. Everybody with a win and the other team lost is changing a position. I can't remember a year where all those numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, all under 10-1 a week before the playoffs start. The Clippers number I still think has value. And then, by the way, the Timberwolves win like every tiebreaker for some reason. If they win out, they're going to be the 3 seed. So, I don't know. This is going to be a fun 6 days sprint to the end.
Yeah. Real quickly, because we'll get into it here. How about that Dallas Stars game last night? Unbelievable.
Oh, I wasn't going to mention it right before your same game parlay, which is coming up in the next segment. I mean, I didn't even want to mention it. That was unbelievable.
I got hockey on my monitor. It's just, it's just like, it can't be. I was like, it cannot be. It's got to be a joke. My computer must be busted. I'm sitting on. I swear to God, I had Dallas. Go ahead.
We signed off, and Dallas was winning 5-2. By the time I got downstairs and started to get ready for dinner, I looked at the phone and it was tied 5-5. I said, "This can't be right. This has to be a mistake." I turned it on and saw the goal. Vancouver won in overtime.
Yeah,
first time in history that's happened. You were on Dallas. It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Sad but true. All right, SGP same game parlay. Another can't lose play coming up next.
Oh, boy.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
He'll never stop shooting a basketball the rest of his life. All he's going to do is become one of those old, famous ex-players that's in the Hall of Fame, that's a legend, that shows up at games, just like his dad did. His dad shows up at games. His dad was never as good as he is. And his brother is the lost soul. Like, they don't even care about his broke ass. This guy, Steph Curry, can play forever.
Pharrell, coast to coast. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
After every round, you guys were still up in each other's face, mouthing off before you went back to your corners, trying to get not just the last punch, but the last word. What was the mood between you guys? Obviously, you're in there for your fright.
It didn't cut him. It didn't stunt him. A point wasn't taken away. There's no reason to even mention something like that. You're in a brawl. Things are happening. Accidents happen.
Only on SportsGrid.
welcome back in Game Live. Game Day on the Grid. Hour number 1 of our 2-hour extravaganza. 24 past the hour, so you know what time it is. The LWs, loyal watchers, the little SGP same game parlay time. Yes. All right, here we go. This is where we put the 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 pieces together and add it up and get a nice little SGP same game parlay. So we're going to use one of our favorite systems, one of the best betting systems of all time, the old coaches fired system. This should be a pretty good one because I'm thinking that the Denver Nugget players had to be talked to fire a head coach and GM, a week or so before the postseason began. So I think they're in favor of the Mike Malone firing. So first game since he was whacked. Here we go. We got the 6 legs. Denver Nuggets laying to 4, 4.5 at Sacramento. The Kings are struggling anyway, so let's go with Denver laying to 4. Going to go over 234.5. Nobody is playing defense in this game because Mike Malone, I love him as a head coach. I'd take him in a heartbeat, but he was critical of the guys. So now that that's gone, these guys are just going to be running up and down the court, and that's going to be the theme of our SGP, right? You don't like to go in all different angles with SGP. Have one common theme, and that is we're going to get a ton of points tonight from the Denver Nuggets. So let's go over Joker, 30.5 points. Let's go over Michael Porter Jr. Jamal Murray's not playing tonight, so Porter Jr. is next in line, 17.5 points. Let's go over Aaron Gordon, third in line, 15.5 points. And then we'll just throw a bone over on Sacramento side, Domantas Sabonis, over 6.5 assists. Add it all up, and we got a nice little 26, almost 27-1 parlay. And the thinking is only one. The thinking has to come true. Denver comes out and is all excited that their coach got fired. If that's the case, we'll hit this 27-1 parlay.
And if it's not, we won't have much to worry about. Right?
Yeah,
it's just going to be. It's going to be. Yeah. I think this is almost an all or nothing. It might miss by 1, or it's a like 1 out of the 6 piece. Is good, right? This feels like you're going. Like use an old fantasy term, you're really front loading your lineup here. You're going kind of on one narrative, one game script, whatever you want to call it. I like the Nuggets. I like the over. Joker, how do you not like? I feel like one of them bottom 3 squares is going to get you if it gets you. But man, if you hit this one, I mean, almost 26-1. This will help get the car fixed. This will get you a nice steak dinner. Something maybe either, lobster Diablo. That's always a winner when you get that. Oh, baby. Yeah. So,
may have to buy a new lawnmower. Buy a new lawnmower versus fixing the old one. How about that?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I tell you what.
Cut grass?
Oh, yeah. All my neighbors have the, the yards people come by and pay them. There's certain things. The day I can't mow my own lawn, just put me 6 feet under. Because I grew up doing that. So, yeah, the day I can't do it, don't want to do it, whatever the case, that's it. I'm done. I'm done with life.
Wow.
So,
do you do it all? Do you trim? Do you edge the grass? Do you do all that stuff? Are you a big landscape guy?
No.
You just
I do have a
cut
weed
the
whacker.
grass.
I got the weed whacker.
Oh,
yeah, I do have that. Oh yeah.
You use that thing?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You put on
absolutely.
You put on a protective eyewear when you use that thing?
My Oakley sunglasses. So I guess that's protective.
Pardon me. Okay. Yeah, that's
gotta
fine.
have the look.
Gotta
have the
Budweiser
has
Oakley's
cigar.
Guaranteed has Oakley's is our next guest. There's no question.
Oh,
Dubs. There's that's minus 8,000. Dubsy's got them Oakleys. There's no doubt.
You know how the businessman, you open up the closet and the rich businessman has like 10 white shirts, whereas the poor guy has a white one, a blue one, a green one. Dubsy opens up his thing and he's got 10 white Oakleys or 10 red Oakleys. He's just not.
No doubt.
That's how he is.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Definitely.
I'm a big sunglasses guy, though. I got these. These are the dark ones for when you say something. Dubsy's going to come on and give us all of the Masters looks. I'm leaving the dark glasses on if he gives me like some of them ones that aren't going to get there. I mean, I need the good stuff from Dubs when he comes on.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'll throw a Dubsy. I got a can't lose, not make the cut, or make the cut actually parlay that pays basically even money. Yeah, I love betting these guys to make the cut. Yeah, I
That's
definitely
good.
really
At the
like
Masters,
that
it feels like almost everybody makes the cut.
That's exactly why. Dubs Anderson, former caddy, joins us next. Get some winning golf picks from him.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of thoughts.
15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
He'll never stop shooting a basketball the rest of his life. All he's going to do is become one of those old, famous ex-players that's in the Hall of Fame, that's a legend, that shows up at games, just like his dad did. His dad shows up at games. His dad was never as good as he is. And his brother is the lost soul. Like, they don't even care about his broke ass. This guy, Steph Curry, can play forever.
Pharrell, coast to coast. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
After every round, you guys were still up in each other's face, mouthing off before you went back to your corners, trying to get not just the last punch, but the last word. What was the move between you guys? Obviously, you're in there for your fright.
It didn't cut him. It didn't stunt him. A point wasn't taken away. There's no reason to even mention something like that. You're in a brawl. Things are happening. Accidents happen.
Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game day here on the grid. Busy Wednesday because we got baseball, we got hockey, we got NBA, we got the start of the Masters tomorrow morning. Should be a whole lot of fun for the next 4 days. So joining us now, our good buddy, seeing him all the time here on the grid, former LPGA caddy, Mr. Dubsy Anderson. What's going on, Dubs? How are you this evening?
Good to see you, gents. And I mean, this is probably going to be the pinnacle on the sports calendar. Don't worry about the NBA Finals, the Super Bowls. It's Masters week. We're getting set to don a new green jacket on Sunday afternoon. And I really feel like, I'm always trying to pump up these golf tournaments, the excitement, the storylines, but it feels like this year it's been pretty chill. We know Scottie Scheffler's the best golfer in the world. We know Rory's still in search of getting back in to the majors winner's circle. It's been over a decade now. We know Jordan Spieth is still chasing that career Grand Slam with a win here at Augusta. So similar storylines, similar trends to what we have seen over the last couple of years. It looks like the weather is going to be favorable for the golfers moving through this weekend. A couple of big names playing some really good golf at the right time of the season. So I'm primed up, gentlemen. Absolutely got tickets on top of tickets. That's what it's all about. Good to see you.
Before we get to all the other sports, which I know you have every club in your bag and you can hit every shot, Wetzel has to run this by you first because he went a little crazy and he came up with something and the boys built a graphic. Wetzel, that's your lead in. Tell them what you got.
All right, so we got, Dubsy, I love betting these guys to make the cut, not make the cut, right? So here in New York, for whatever reason, FanDuel doesn't allow you to bet guys to not make the cut. So we put 6 guys together to make the cut. and it's almost even money, minus 130. So you tell me which of these 6 are not going to make the cut, or actually 5 are not going to make the cut and make this a losing ticket. I use the big boys, Scheffler, McIlroy, Rahm, Morikawa, and Matsuyama. How is that not going to cash?
I don't see a world in which it doesn't. I love the look of it. And, this is a tournament where the class always prevails. Course history is monster because this is the only major which we return to the same golf course every single year. And I guess if there was a name with a bit of intrigue, it's going to be the big Spaniard in Jon Rahm, who won this very tournament just going back 2 seasons ago. But, he was playing a lot more golf back then. Now, being on that live tour, not playing week in, week out, not playing 4 rounds of golf, that's going to be the question mark. I think Morikawa's game is in a tremendous spot. I think Rory McIlroy is playing some great golf through 2025, and I think the mental demons aren't really there. Scotty Scheffler, plus 400, plus 450. You'd be silly not to have a ticket on him to be right in the mix there. So I love it. I think it's a nice-looking parlay, and again, this is a chalkier week where the big names stand up and get it done. And you can see that from what we have, I guess, encountered the last 10 years, last 10 editions. It has been very, very big name heavy. And there's my top selections. I think you've got to have Scheffler on your betting bonanza this week, even at a short price. I've got Hideki Matsuyama, and this is one that goes against recent trends. But look, I favor more from what I have seen the last 2 or 3 years, more so than the last 2 or 3 events coming into this one. It is a golf course with a lot of quirks. You need to have that golf IQ on how to play it. Hideki's got it at 33 to 1. And Robert McIntyre, this is not a name that's going to be popular on a lot of betting cards, but traditionally the Masters plays really well to the left-handers. Something about that shot shape. We've seen it with Bubba. We've seen it with Lefty and Mickelson and Mike Weir. Robert McIntyre, he's playing with house money. He won the Scottish Open last year. He's got his tour card, and he wants to step up and get it done on a golf course where he can carve it around and lean on that creativity. He's absolutely live at a big price of 55 to 1. Plus money peaches, Sharapan, you're a little hungry? There's one for your life. Get it into you.
I love it. And I love all these other plus money bets. This is my favorite tournament because we used to put up all these crazy prop bets. And do you have a hole-in-one, Dubs, in your life? Have you ever hit a hole-in-one?
I don't. I've got 2. No biggie. Who's counting?
Okay.
Probably a good chance of making
I have
it
1.
3.
I have 1. You have 2. That's fine. I know Wetzel has none, and there's no shot Wetzel's getting one. But is anyone getting one? You don't have one. Please, come on.
I do have one, believe it or not.
We'll tell that story later. We only have Dub for so long. Dub, is
Yeah.
somebody getting a hole-in-one this week on one of the par 3s?
I feel like I asked you about your polo shirts, and you said I got a hole in one. I'd have to see it to believe it. Check tape. If Sharapan's have a hole in one, I'm not buying it. You're the LeBron James of broadcasters. You're just making up hole in ones on the spot here, Sharapan. Look, I think there will be, and I think it's going to be on the 16th. We've seen 34 hole in ones over the history of the Masters, 24 of those being on 16, and I think there's a good chance of making it on Saturday moving day. It's going to be a favorable pin position, and that's a green that can really funnel all of the shots, whether they're close or towards the middle of the green, getting that run up back towards the pin. At even money, at plus 105, a really good chance of seeing a hole-in-one this week on the 16th. Will it be as memorable as Tiger Woods when we saw that famous Nike ball with that final dimple drop into the cup? Probably not, but I do think someone finds the back of the net.
All right, how about some NBA? We got your golf stuff. How about some NBA? We got OKC against the Phoenix Suns. Failed to cover 8 straight. They lost 7 in a row. Where are we going with this one, Dubs?
I tell you what, it's really tough to endorse the Suns in this spot. KD being out, that's a massive loss for them. You look at this total, 226.5. If they can get that shooting together, maybe we can hit that overs. But I think the play of the night for this one, OKC, just don't overthink it. We've got it listed here at 9.5, minus 9.5. I've seen minus 7.5, 7. So I think OKC absolutely blitz them. Possibly the Suns keep it close enough at halftime, but I think, like the golf, the class will prevail in this one. OKC, they are the best team in the business right now. 5-0 ATS last 5 games against Phoenix. There's something really good about this matchup, and it will be the 3rd time they square off for the season. So we love that in the association. We've got a little hockey action. We've got the Flames out there on the ice. And I mean, Dave,
Is that right?
the hockey's
you like the hockey? This is, I mean, you're Mr. LA.
Nice.
This is Orange County. This is the Ducks. You like the Flames here?
Quack, quack. It ain't the Mighty Ducks. Shout out Coach Bombay. It's just not a good spot for them. They're so inconsistent, really tough to touch. And, you know, you boys giving me a hard time about being a chalk-eating weasel. Here we are again, minus 152. But for the bettors, don't just think about it, you know, this one being the single of the night. A nice little, I guess, compliment for the late slate. Throw it into a couple of two-leggers, three-leggers. Get this to plus money, plus 200. And everyone's getting a feed at the buffet, if you know what I'm saying. So like the Flames in this one, MLB, baseball, sure. I guess I'll throw another one into the mix here. Sure. The Brewers going against the Rockies. The Rockies are really tough to trust in this spot. You can play the Brewers straight up. You can play Big Antonio for 2.5 Ks, who's been living a little dangerously through the first two starts. I think he gets absolutely embarrassed out there, but can he give us 3 strikeouts? Yes, they'll be swinging for the fences. He can carve a lane. Let's get it going here. Over 2.5 Ks. Love that one for the late slate in the baseball. I'll tell you what, boys, that futures ticket we gave out, Padres to make the playoffs, looking all right. Looking all right. So they start off very strong.
So far, so good. All right. That is a good future. I need to know, what do you think the winning score is going to be for the golf this weekend? Like, is this one of those they're going to really go low? Or is the wind and everything going to affect this? What do you got?
Well, look, you know, they're going on about the weather being fantastic, but traditionally the lowest scores at the Masters has been when there's inclement weather rolling through. Why? Because it gives us a very soft golf course. You can play target golf. For these guys, it's a number, it's aim, it's shoot, and you're going to have some really good-looking birdie chances. If we do get wind and the course is drying up after those showers that we saw on Monday afternoon, this is going to play rock hard. And what that means is you'll be running it through the fairway. You're going to struggle to spin the ball, and you're really going to struggle to hold these greens. So there is an overs-under set at the FanDuel Sportsbook at minus 12, minus 13. I'd be leaning towards the unders. I don't think the winning score is going to get to 13 under par or north thereof. I think double digits could be good enough to take it.
Phil Mickelson make the cut, yes or no?
Of course he does. Of course he does.
There you go, Dubsy. Fellow gambler.
Way to go, Dubsy!
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
He'll never stop shooting a basketball the rest of his life. All he's going to do is become one of those old, famous ex-players that's in the Hall of Fame, that's a legend, that shows up at games, just like his dad did. His dad shows up at games. His dad was never as good as he is. And his brother is the lost soul. Like, they don't even care about his broke ass. This guy, Steph Curry, can play forever.
Pharrell, coast to coast. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What?
How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
After every round, you guys were still up in each other's face, mouthing off before you went back to your corners, trying to get not just the last punch, but the last word. What was the move between you guys? Obviously, you're in there for your fright.
It didn't cut him. It didn't stunt him. A point wasn't taken away. There's no reason to even mention something like that. You're in a brawl. Things are happening. Accidents happen.
Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Thanks again to Dubs Anderson, who joins us all the time here on the grid. You got a Masters pick? I don't feel like I'm gonna pick 2 or 3 guys that that I'm gonna root for. That or I want to put the black cloud on. Like I don't like the Shambo, so I'll bet on him, so he won't win. I do like Brooks Koepka, so I'll bet on him. Hopefully he does win. And I'll bet on my boy. I'll put a couple shekels on Mickelson, fellow gambler, right? Just I don't expect him to win, but maybe he's in contention, Dave, for after so. And the websites will offer you a little. He's 160 to 1, so I would put $10 on him. If he's in the first place or top 5, we'll say after Friday, it'll probably give me $50. I would think at 160 to 1 ticket.
Why wouldn't you just keep the ticket? Why are you betting the ticket looking to get?
He's not gonna win. He's not gonna win.
What?
I don't look at that. I look at it as my 10 is. I'm trying to turn my 10 into 50, not into 1,060 or 600.
What's wrong with that?
It would be.
Yeah.
Well, what are the chances, right? What are the chances?
Problem with the Masters is that nobody takes it and runs away. So what I've learned and had fun doing is Sunday is usually spent watching it and betting it live. I love it. I did it the last year I was in the book. We did it live. It was electric, and now I really, really enjoy it. Pre-flop, not a big fan of a lot of guys. Like, I don't feel like the price is enough. I mean, he's still going to play all these 72 holes. I think there will be a hole-in-one. Will there be a hole-in-one period prop? Right. It's minus 170-ish. I think that's a lay down. There's always a hole-in-one. I think that wins. I got word from a couple of my golf guys to bet against Homa in every matchup you can find. Max Homa to not make the cut is also a bet. He's playing just his worst golf, really, of a long time. So bet against Max Homa. As far as betting on a guy, little birdie whispered in my ear about Victor Hovland. I don't know if he's going to win, but that's a guy that I think if you're in a contest or you're in a poll and you have to pick a number of people, I think you need to have Victor Hovland on the roster. That's all I'm saying. I'll leave it at that. We know a guy who might, participate in something like that, whether it's Vincenzo or Matty G or, Patrick, whoever knows. I don't know. Might be one of them, might not be, but you got to involve Victor Hovland.
All right. I've heard a lot of people use it for some reason. It's kind of goofy. I've heard a lot of people say Robert McIntyre too on the podcast. Yep. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like those are the 2 guys for whatever reason people seem to be kind of keening in on. I do like these to make the cut things. Now, Masters a little more difficult. You got 95 guys, and the top 50 make the cut. Used to be top 50, and if you were within 10 shots, but then they realized, you know what, everyone's in 10 shots. We can't have that. Too many guys. We got to weed it down a little bit. So now it's top 50. So you figure, let's just say 5 or 6 guys are tied for the 50th place, right? So you're really only cutting about, or you are cutting about half the guys. So it's got to be a legitimate, to make the cut. You got to be, playing well. You can't be 6 shots back and sitting there in 60th place. You're gone.
There's 20 guys you can cross off the list from making the cut before they tee off. Yeah, there's guys that are playing in their last Masters ever. They only play in the Masters, so we'll see. Right. I think there's a really cool bet out there. Will a live guy win it? Yes or no? You can bet that. So you get all of them. Instead of just betting on Rahm or betting on Koepka, but you get them all. It built into the price. But that's the other story. I mean, and obviously the favorites at the top. Dubsy mentioned it, and I'm sure the boys coming up next in the next hour between Jeff and Cam will mention. It's like a horse race. You're trying to beat the favorite. Everybody's trying to beat Scheffler. I mean, if we get to Sunday and Scheffler has a 3-stroke lead, plan on cleaning out the garage or doing something else on Sunday, because if he's in the lead Sunday, he's going to be tough to catch.
He hasn't won yet this year, so I just wonder if his 15 minutes of fame are up. Not that he's not a good golfer, but, John Rahm 2 years ago was Scotty Scheffler. He couldn't lose. The dude couldn't lose, right? And now I know he went on the Live Tour, so we don't hear about him as much, but it's just like, all right, John Rahm's no longer John Rahm. So maybe Scotty Scheffler's, he's not spending 5 hours on a golf course, just hitting golf balls like you have to do to be so great. So maybe he's just a little off his game.
Wow.
And he's not deserving of, being the top guy in the low odds.
Man.
We'll see.
Man.
But
okay,
just saying, he's over. I think it's 6 tournaments so far. He's not
I don't
playing
know. Scotty
poorly.
Scheffler, he had a pretty good year last year, and he got going, around this time. So I think we'll see. You have kids, you get distracted. You get that big paycheck, you get a little complacent with the big. It's human nature. But I think he'll be fine. I think he's going to be in the mix. Man, oh man. We're just getting a text right now from Ryan Niemi. As a Lakers fan, I'm glad the smartest people running the Mavs said Luka is fat, out of shape, enjoys drinking a beer, and can't win with him. Dude's basically got his full game prop at the half. You see what he has at halftime? You see what he's doing? That's from Ryan Niemi. Yeah. Pretty solid first half.
31. Wow.
Yeah.
His number now is 47.5.
Ooh, baby.
So if you took that 50 points, right, at 11-1, 12-1, and like we told you to take, folks, you're a couple points away from being able to hedge. And now you could, hedge on the under. You could hedge if you're a $10 bet or $50 because you're on the other side looking to make 120.
45 points was 5.5-1 or 6-1. Remember, I mean, he only needs 14 points in the second half to get 45. Pretty good. They're only up 3 though.
That's good though. Unlike last night with our Steph Curry bets, Black Cloud play that didn't come through. Back to the board with our Black Cloud play of the day next though.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
He'll never stop shooting a basketball the rest of his life. All he's going to do is become one of those old, famous ex-players that's in the Hall of Fame, that's a legend, that shows up at games, just like his dad did. His dad shows up at games. His dad was never as good as he is. And his brother is the lost soul. Like, they don't even care about his broke ass. This guy, Steph Curry, can play forever.
Pharrell, coast to coast. Only on SportsGrid.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
After every round, you guys were still up in each other's face, mouthing off before you went back to your corners, trying to get not just the last punch, but the last word. What was the move between you guys? Obviously, you're in there for your fright.
It didn't cut him. It didn't stunt him. A point wasn't taken away. There's no reason to even mention something like that. You're in a brawl. Things are happening. Accidents happen.
Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number one, closing out hour number one, as we always do with our best play. If you have a dollar player, you put $2, maybe even $3 on this play because it cannot lose. Our Black Cloud play of the day. All right, this is actually a kind of a funny one. We're going to go to the baseball diamond, where the Milwaukee Brewers are taking on the Colorado Rockies. Brewers 6-1 after getting really embarrassed by the Stankies, right, to open up the season. They've been on fire since. 6-1 their last 7. They're in Colorado. Beat them last night. Rockies are just awful. One of the worst teams. They may end up being the worst team in baseball, even worse than the Chicago White Sox. They're 1-7 their last 8. They can't win at home. I mean, they're just awful. Now, the one good thing is, if you're a Colorado fan, Dave, they have a pitcher who's got an ERA of 0.00 on the hill. So why in the world would we be going against him, right? That's the question. Because the dude, and it's just underway, so you can still bet this. He's pitched almost 10 innings, right? 9 innings plus, and he's allowed 19 base hits. I don't know how he's not allowed a run, despite allowing 19 hits and 9 innings of work. It's almost mathematically impossible. So he's due to get clocked again tonight, against a hot Milwaukee team. So let's go Brewers, minus 140 on the road against Colorado, our Black Cloud play of the day.
I like it. Did it win last night? I can't remember what the Black Cloud was last night.
No, that's Steph Curry. It was a killer. Steph, we were going over 25.5. He had 19 points at halftime. He only got 6 more
And what
points.
happened?
He finished with 25.
So the producers won because the producers had 25 plus, I think. With 25.5 on the Black Cloud.
Did they?
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah. 25 plus. Yeah. The producers.
I didn't see that line. I didn't see that line.
Yeah.
They didn't win. They got to push then.
No, it said 25 plus. It was 25 plus.
Right.
Yes,
right.
so they won. You got 25.
Well, why did they give me
won.
that pick then? Why did they put my graphic at 25.5? Help me out here, boys. If you're seeing a better line, for goodness sakes. I thought we were a team here. I mean, I thought we were a team. All for one, one for all. What happened?
There's a graphic. They put it up every day when they put the producers pick up, especially on Tuesdays and Wednesdays with Matty G's here. Puts a graphic up. You just got to put your reading glasses on or something and see it. He had it yesterday.
I know that. But why didn't they make my graphic 25 plus points? Why did they make my graphic 25.5 points?
Oh, well, because that's what the bet was. Yeah,
that's the question.
Well,
help us out here a little.
What
bit.
about
if
tonight?
I give you a bad
Look
line.
at the producers.
All right.
Let's see if the producers can stay hot. They got a pick tonight. Steph Curry, top point scorer of the game tonight, minus 120.
Going back to Steph. Huh?
Well, I mean, it worked. It worked yesterday. That play against Phoenix yesterday was outstanding. That was one of the easiest bets.
Well, that's the problem.
Ever.
And we did say that as far as the Black Cloud, right? When we talked about it, what did we say? The only way we lose is if it's a blowout. But I thought Phoenix, knowing that they're basically facing elimination, they're back home, that they would at least give an honest effort. But it was a blowout. They were down 30 points at halftime, basically. 28, 26, whatever it was. So he only played 26 minutes. I don't think he played in the fourth quarter. So and he didn't. So that's why he didn't get his 26 points, unfortunately.
We got Jeff Dawson coming up next, and he's a big golf guy too. So hopefully he has some golf for us along with the other stuff. I need to know, and you only have like 30 seconds to a minute. What club did you hit on your hole-in-one?
Well, you see, now, if I tell you the club, you're not going to believe it. But it was a driver on a par 3.
What?
Which I used to do that when I was, just starting out.
What are you talking about?
It was about 115 yards. I hit a driver because I could control my driver when a lot more than I could like an 8-9 or pitching wedge when I was first starting. So I used to be able to take a driver. I know people were laughing at me. I hit the driver about 125 yards, and it was the hole was like, in a stadium, and it was at the bottom. So it went up the stands. It was an awful shot. It was a ground ball, and it went through Billy Buckner's legs. It goes up the stands, and it comes down, and I swear to God, it went right in the freaking hole. Right in the hole.
This is the all-time best story Scott Wetzel's ever told on this show.
Jeff Dawson coming up next.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
He'll never stop shooting a basketball the rest of his life. All he's going to do is become one of those old, famous ex-players that's in the Hall of Fame, that's a legend, that shows up at games, just like his dad did. His dad shows up at games. His dad was never as good as he is. And his brother is the lost soul. Like, they don't even care about his broke ass. This guy, Steph Curry, can play forever.
Pharrell, coast to coast. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
After every round, you guys were still up in each other's face, mouthing off before you went back to your corners, trying to get not just the last punch, but the last word. What was the mood between you guys? Obviously, you're in there for your fright.
It didn't cut him. It didn't stunt him. A point wasn't taken away. There's no reason to even mention something like that. You're in a brawl. Things are happening. Accidents happen.
Only on SportsGrid.
Welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 2 of our 2-hour extravaganza. Busy hour. We'll keep an eye on all the scores. We got Cam Stewart coming up in about 40-45 minutes or so with a bunch of golf picks. In the meantime, our good buddy Jeff Dawson, EastCoastSportsInvestors.com is his website, EastCoastSportsInvestors.com. Joins us now. Get some winners from Jeff. What's going on, Jeff? How are you tonight, bud?
I don't know. I'm stuck in the middle of a Dubsy sandwich. Where were the peaches? And I got Cam Stewart behind me here. Tough acts to follow. Never mind your hole-in-one, Scott, so I'll do my best.
There you go.
Listen, you came with the green jacket, so everything's going to be fine.
That's true.
Before we get to the golf, word on the street is that you got a little bit of an opinion about what happened in Denver, which might result in a play in Denver at Sacramento tonight. What do you got for us, JD?
It happened, in Memphis a few weeks ago. You guys know I'm an 80s child. I was a Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. We passed the torch to Michael Jordan, and then the rest is history. The inmates are running the asylum, guys. And if you get a coach, a GM that let's just say the star player is not happy with, they go upstairs and the rest is history. I mean, the Denver move here, were they going to win it this year? Probably not, of course, but they do have pedigree. They do have the Joker. So nothing surprises me anymore in the NBA, guys. But as you know, when a coach is fired, it is an auto play. The overnight number was 1.5. We gave it out at 4. It's now 4.5. I expect an inspired Denver Nuggets team in Sacramento tonight.
Yeah, I think so as well. That was part of my SGP, Jeff. And I'm playing over props with most of the guys, including the Joker. So what a bizarre situation. You fire the head coach and GM. So how about some hockey plays before we get to the golf as well? Might as well go there. Calgary, Anaheim. I love the Flames today. They were one of our trend picks from earlier in the show. What do you like Calgary at Anaheim tonight?
I didn't, with the Calgary Anaheim, I didn't want to lay the juice of 150. I didn't want to do regulation. I didn't want to do empty net minus the goal and a half as well. So we do what we do best here at ECSI. We played the Calgary team total over 3.5, and we got that at plus 115 here. So a race to 4 or better. I like where we're sitting here with Calgary. And you know, I left the Dallas game last night, 5-2 with a minute to go. I come back and it was 6-5 Vancouver. I've never seen anything like it. So that's why I like team totals. Just get you to my 4, and I don't care who wins the game, guys.
Yeah, that was a tough one. We Scott had Dallas. We weren't mentioning that, but we just did. That's okay. You didn't know. We have to mention the really the hottest team in hockey, the St. Louis Blues tonight at Edmonton. Really interesting game because nobody's playing for Edmonton. The line's steaming on Edmonton. What do you like in that one?
Yeah, the overnight number, Edmonton minus 145, basically a pick. We grabbed the Red Hot Blues at plus 100. I'm a guy that trusts and respects the opening number. I really am. The actual true value is on the Oilers tonight at home. We're going to ride the hot team with Montgomery here. I wish the Bruins could get coaches like this. This team's going to be a tough outcome playoff time, and I wouldn't want them in my first round in the bracket if I'm out west. So took the Blues plus 100. See what happens, guys.
All right. Masters coming up. Here we go. They tee off tomorrow morning. Some pretty good threesomes going out there to start. Where are we going with your picks, Jeff?
You know, last year it was like I had, as Dave likes to say, Biff's Almanac. We had a 2-unit play on Scheffler, but we had the board absolutely covered. Sunday, back 9, we had Morikawa, we had Oberg, and we had DeChambeau. So we were sitting in the catbird seat. 11th hole, Oberg and Morikawa both go into the water. Scotty just cruises in the back 9. I did a show with Brady Cannon today at 12 o'clock. This is the one major that basically, I don't want to say it's chalk heavy. There's 90 golfers, 50 make the cut. There's only about 25 or 30 that can really win this. The sharpest play, we talked to Jeffrey Benson last night at the Circa. Colin Morikawa, plus 1650. We have him as one of our outrights there. Love the form, playing great. Did well at Kapalua, as Brady likes to say, one of the correlated courses here. So one of our outrights is Colin Morikawa, guys. Did do a 2-unit play on Scotty Scheffler. The number 1 guy in the world hasn't been Scotty, but you're going to give me almost 5-1. A 2-unit play on him gets us back 960. And of course, we're going for the Rory Slam. It's like the Toronto Maple Leafs guy. Every year I got a ticket on the Maple Leafs to win the Stanley Cup. Every year it ends up to go in the trash. So here we got Rory, 1.5 units. Plus 750, that brings us back roughly around $1,100 there. I like that play there. This is the one that he's been waiting for. The best player currently in form. This is the one major, though, that he has a hard time. Usually that one bad round gets him. I think this is the year. If he's going to do it, it will be this year. Our longest shot here, Shane Lowry at plus 4,100. The key to success for Shane is very simple. He's got every shot in the bag. He's awesome around the greens. If his blade gets hot and he is putting, that's his downfall. If he can start streaking some putts in, he is one dangerous guy there. So we had that one. John Rahm is the sexy live guy. And
that's what I was going to ask you, JD, about the live guys, right? So there's a lot of talk, and this is a unique thing where they get to play all together again. You got one guy here. It looks like you took away from all of this that's going to do well for the Live guys.
I had DeChambeau last year, and earlier this week he was plus 1450 at Circa. He's moved down to about 1700. I kind of got talked off of DeChambeau in regards to he was the leader, first round leader last year, but 9 of his last 10 rounds he has been over par at Augusta. The talk is right here, Mr. Top 10 every week at Live. John Rahm. I started to do some more homework. We got him as the top Live guy at plus 280 at the Masters. And I got that at DraftKings earlier today. And I did sprinkle some plus 1,500 on Rahm to, I think it was 23 guys he won the Masters. So if in form, there's no one better. He is now trying, the PGA and Live are going to merge pretty soon here, guys. And this is one of the guys that's really itching to come back here. So I like Johnny Rahm's spot here as well at the Masters.
All right, which one of these 5 is not going to make the cut? Scheffler, McIlroy, Rahm, Morikawa, Matsuyama.
I honestly, Scott, would have to say Matsuyama. I would lean just because those other 4 I think are going to be knocking on the door Saturday and Sunday. Matsuyama has won a green jacket. He won a Kapalua this year as well, but I think he's leaking oil. So I will say Matsuyama is the one that does not make the cut there.
All right, I got him in a 5-player parlay to make the cut. It comes out to be about minus 130. They're all, you can't play them straight, but in a parlay, minus 130. So hopefully that cashes. Jeff, great job as always. Check out his website for all his picks, EastCoastSportsInvestors.com.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Welcome back in Game Live, Game Day on the Grid. Thanks again, Jeff Dawson, EastCoastSportsInvestors.com. You see him here all the time. Check out his website for all the plays. So get a couple of winners from him. Let's check the board here. The latest with the Luka and the Dallas Mavericks hosting Luka and the LA Lakers. It's so weird to say, to tell you the truth. But you got Lakers on top, 78-69. All right, they're laying 10.5. Over under is 224.5. Not quite as high scoring as I thought it might be. But I think the last I checked, in fact, I know the last I checked, he had 35 points. He's got 35. They've lowered his number now to 45.5. LeBron's got 14. Anthony Davis, what a dog. This is why you got traded, Anthony Davis. Big game like this, the whole world's watching, and the dude's got 6 lousy effing points. 6 lousy points. Man, you know, you want to show people up a little bit, right? Don't you get inspired? They're all laughing at you. They're all making fun of you. The fans are probably booing him, right? And cheering on Luka. You think if you had any kind of guts whatsoever, you would have come out flying tonight. Man. And my boy Klay Thompson, 3 stinking points. So much for those two.
The other guys, right? Yeah, I mean, AD has 7 rebounds, 5 assists, so he's doing it in other ways. He's 3 of 8 from the field, which isn't good. And, I mean, Marshall's hot point guard, so he's got 23 points, 9 of 12 from the field. You know, as a former basketball coach, I mean, you feed the hot hand. You give him the ball. So maybe AD will, you know, come back here in the fourth. We'll see. That Luka number, I'd rather have the 45 than the 50 right now. I mean, this is 1 point. There's only 5 minutes left. So missed a couple shots. Luka did. So 35, 5, and 5. Does he get a triple-double? He's got 35, 5, and 5. Think he gets a triple-double right now? I don't think so.
No. But I still think he gets 50. You got 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. They're only up 9, so Dallas is hanging around. He's going to get his legit minutes, and he's just going through a little spurt here. He had 31 at halftime, right? Only 4 in the second half so far. So,
right,
you know, the key is Dallas. All right, now it's 78-70. So Dallas, I still like his 50. I'd still go over 44 and a half. I would. I definitely
Part
would.
of the Part of the show here is interactive, and we ask you guys are watching, you know, if you're watching on Twitter or X or whatever you call it, to tweet at SportsBKConsig for me, at Opposite Picks for Scott. And there's good questions, there's funny statements, there's hilarious gifs. I mean, it happens all the time. And the boys in the back put this one up. Thank you, Craig Curtis. In-game live game day question about the Houston Rockets tonight, Wetzel. What do you think? Is there a reason that the Rockets are 10-point dogs tonight? They've been on fire. Now, I'm wearing the Clippers stuff because I like the Clippers, because the Rockets have clinched. But Wetzel looks at these other sites and finds these things. Wetzel, I'll ask you, why are the Clippers 10.5-point favorites tonight against the Houston Rockets?
I'm actually surprised it's not more, because it was 7.5, 8, right? Which I thought was high to begin with. And then the Rockets make the announcements, Craig. Thompson, out. Brooks, out. Smith, out. Van Fleet, out. Sengun, out. Their entire starting lineup is resting today. That's why it's a 10-point spread. But again, it was 7, and maybe the boys in Vegas, Dave, got wind of this before everyone else does, because I know you say no, but I always say that they find out before everyone else does.
No.
Maybe they heard that this could happen, so they bumped it up to 7.5, 8. Then when it finally got confirmed, then they only had to move it a couple of more points. Because why would the Rockets be 7.5, 8-point underdogs? They're playing great. They're 15-2 their last 17 games. And you want to give me 8, albeit on the road? And the Clippers are great at home. I will say they're 12-1 straight up at home last 13 games. But that's a lot of points. That should be 5, 4, 5, 6, not 7, 8.
It's one of those situations where when a team clinches their spot, can't improve it, can't make it worse, this is what happens. So you have a little bit extra on the other team. So if you were thinking 4, 5, or even 6, you put 7 or 8, 7.5, somewhere in that neighborhood. Then as soon as you get word that those guys aren't playing, boom, somebody bets it most of the time That's not an air move where you go, oh, now what do we do? Nobody's playing tonight for the Rockets. Just move it to 10. I mean, you usually take a bet to get it there. So that's why it moved, Craig Curtis. Thank you for the question. I think the Clippers cover. I do. I listen, a lot of guys I know, I mean, they're floating around Vegas all the time. They've been on this Clippers team multiple times in the past few years. They're really hyped about the way, if the Clippers get the right matchup and the right path, they can be in the Western Conference Finals, no question.
Yeah. I think any of those teams can, including Denver.
Not Denver. No way.
Not Denver?
Not Denver.
No?
I don't think so. Western
4.5
Conference
tonight.
Final? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to win tonight.
Look, I think they're going to win tonight, too. I like the 4.5. I would lay it.
Yeah.
I think these guys are thrilled.
Yeah.
No Jamal Murray, but still, at least they didn't have his numbers posted. So I'm assuming that means he's not playing. So
This
let me just
last
double
week
check.
is so ridiculous in the NBA. It's
Yeah.
so hard when you got to put up numbers and you don't know if guys are playing. So then you got to take them down, put them back up. Blah, 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 blah. There's the spread right there. Denver -4, -176 on the money line. Denver's winning the game. You think the game goes over or under?
I
No
do like
Murray?
the over. I
Okay,
even
okay.
without Murray, that's all right. Yeah, without the coach there, yeah. And don't forget, it's Adelman, Rick Adelman's son. Now, Rick Adelman wasn't exactly like, who should I bring up that was a great defensive guy. He's not Larry Brown, yelling and screaming.
Oh.
Rick Adelman's like, go ahead, boys, knock yourself out. So I'm guessing, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So, go ahead, boys, knock yourself out. He's been assistant coach for 10 years. I'm not gonna tell you to play defense. If you guys chose me, all right, go ahead. So I like the over. You want to lay
Would you be a
17.5 with
defensive
Gold
coach?
State?
If you were
yeah.
if you were a basketball coach, would you be defensive coach or offensive type coach?
Defense. Hands up, boys. Hands up. Oh, when I was the world-class basketball coach, yeah. Hands up. Hands up. My two favorite words.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer. Couple of thoughts.
15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
He'll never stop shooting a basketball the rest of his life. All he's going to do is become one of those old, famous ex-players that's in the Hall of Fame, that's a legend, that shows up at games, just like his dad did. His dad shows up at games. His dad was never as good as he is. And his brother is the lost soul. Like, they don't even care about his broke ass. This guy, Steph Curry, can play forever.
Pharrell, coast to coast. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What?
How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
After every round, you guys were still up in each other's face, mouthing off before you went back to your corners, trying to get not just the last punch, but the last word. What was the move between you guys? Obviously, you're in there for your fright.
It didn't cut him. It didn't stunt him. A point wasn't taken away. There's no reason to even mention something like that. You're in a brawl. Things are happening. Accidents happen.
Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid, 24 past the hour. Luka with 3 more. He's, in my world, 8 away. He's got 38 points, so he needs 8 more to get to 50. So how's that add, Scott? Well, because if he gets to 46, there's no way he's not getting to 50. So he needs 8 more to get to the magic 46. Once he gets 46, boom, he's in. He's in for 50. So a couple minutes still left. If we can get 2 more points, let him get to 40 at the end of 3. 1 more lousy bucket. Then it really, the chatter will start on the bench. Hey, you're going to get 50. You're going to get 50 tonight, right? And Luka's never missed he's never seen a shot he doesn't like. So, and then Dallas hanging around. Oh, yeah. This will make up for the Dodgers. I had the Dodgers today, right? I bet the Dodgers every single game, right? We've been doing this thing.
Yeah,
don't ask why. Don't ask why, Dave. I bet I'm laid a run and a half today.
Oh,
I chickened
what
down.
are you doing? Why? Why?
I know.
We talked about this.
I know. I chickened out. Because they'd been losing, and I was giving all my profits away. I'm like, I don't want to lay a minus 180 with some guy Flack on the hill or whoever was pitching today, Roboleski. I never heard of these guys. This is the LA Great Dodgers, like the 125-win Dodger team, and I got people on the hill I never heard of.
Yeah,
Later run and a half.
Yeah,
Knack, patty whack, give a dog a bone. I had a 4-0 lead.
You said Flack. Do you remember Roberta Flack?
I do. She just died not that long ago. Sad story.
That's what I'm
saying.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Landon Knack. Wasn't his fault.
Yeah. Oh, he gave up 3 runs after being spotted a 4-0 lead.
Happens.
So, Brewers, where's our bat? I thought we were getting a baseball bat. Black Cloud is rebounding those, Scott. 3-0 Milwaukee already. I told you, this There you go. Or still associate that with hockey. But this guy, Dave, he gave up 19 hits, and I think he walked 4 guys. He's given up 23 base runners in less than 10 innings. I don't know how, like I said, unless there were a couple of errors, and that made all those runs unearned, but he hadn't given up a run. It's the craziest thing in the world. So I knew that wasn't going to last. Was that?
Brewers are pulling home.
Sharks are 3-3 already?
Wow. This
Holy
can't be.
fudge.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, the feisty San Jose Sharks coming to play today, knowing full well they're part of our trend picks.
9.5.
10 minutes in.
There's the halfway point of the game, and the in-game number is 9.5. It's 3-3. I mean, they're going to score 3 more goals, no? No, that would be 9.
Well, you need 4 more.
Yeah.
But it's about to flip because it's plus 142. So you want the 9.5 plus, or you want the 8.5 minus? I'd go 8.5 because you could have 4-4.
Correct.
And then you
4-4.
get the 5th goal. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Wow. All right. I'm glad the Brewers are up 3-0. I mean, we can't count that, though. There's a lot of baseball left to be played. And, we saw what happened at Dallas last night. Yeah. It's never over until it's over, and then it's over. Or it's under until it's over. My friend Chris Andrews said that in the book a long time ago. It's always under until it's over. And then when it's over, it's really over. So it was over for you last night. The Stars.
You know what's funny about that?
The Leafs and the Lightning are tied 3-3, by the way, in the 3rd period. That's another one.
Tied it up? Wow.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, the Leafs.
That was
right now.
2-0 Tampa Bay. Or it was 2-0 Toronto. And then Tampa Bay, I don't know who took the 3-2 lead, but that's it. I figured Toronto, after losing last night in Florida, they weren't going to get swept. Like, that's a pretty good play. I was going to say, watching I didn't watch it live, but I went to YouTube. Great little new website I found called YouTube. Very cool. I think it's going to be
great.
I think it's going to be very popular. Yeah. So I typed in I think it's going to make it. So I typed in final minute, and so I watched the last minute when they scored the 3 goals. It is amazing, like, how fast things go. I know when you say 3 goals in a minute, that's crazy, right? And it is. But when you see it, it's like, okay, there wasn't anything, it's just shot, score, get the puck, dump it in. Guys in the middle, give them the puck, shoot, score, 3 straight times. I mean,
yeah,
it's amazing how fast things can flip. All right, more coming up in Game Live.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of 18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
He'll never stop shooting a basketball the rest of his life. All he's going to do is become one of those old, famous ex-players that's in the Hall of Fame, that's a legend, that shows up at games, just like his dad did. His dad shows up at games. His dad was never as good as he is. And his brother is the lost soul. Like, they don't even care about his broke ass. This guy, Steph Curry, can play forever.
Pharrell, coast to coast. Only on SportsGrid.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What?
How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
After every round, you guys were still up in each other's face, mouthing off before you went back to your corners, trying to get not just the last punch, but the last word. What was the move between you guys? Obviously, you're in there for your fright.
It didn't cut him. It didn't stunt him. A point wasn't taken away. There's no reason to even mention something like that. You're in a brawl. Things are happening. Accidents happen.
Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 2. A little baseball, a little NHL, a little golf, obviously, and some NBA. Keeping an eye on it all, trying to find some winners with the boys in Vegas. So a couple of hockey games here, Dave. Top of the hour, we got Edmonton and St. Louis. Money coming in. You talked about it earlier with Jeff. Edmonton minus 140. St. Louis now plus 116. Over-under is 5.5. I do like the under in the game. Edmonton, 3 goals or less in 7 straight games. They can't score without McDavid and Draisaitl. St. Louis is kind of feast or famine. They either get a ton or they get next to nothing. I think this has got like playoff atmosphere written all over it. I don't know why, but I see this as like 2-1, 3-1, 3-2 maybe. I don't think it's getting to 6 goals. I think it's going to be a really good game tonight.
I actually think the complete opposite. And I don't mean to just play off of opposite picks, but I like the game over. I like St. Louis. I think you might be right about it having that playoff type atmosphere. But remember, back in the day, the playoff games like that were in Edmonton were those Smythe Division games, and we had a little bit of back and forth and like 4-3 games, 5-4 games. I'm not saying it's going to be that high scoring, but I think somebody gets 4, which would be enough to get us over the total. So it's either 4-2, 4-3 final. I like St. Louis sidewise right now.
All right. Calgary, minus 152. That's down a little bit from the 160 and change it was earlier. At Anaheim, we gave the numbers over-under is 6.5. We gave the number. Anaheim playing a little better, second half of this season for sure over the last, month or so. But they've lost 9 straight to Calgary. Calgary's battling Minnesota, which is in a dogfight right now. So maybe they're a little extra inspired. They're 4 back with, I think, 3 or 4 to play. So it's going to take a little something, but they have to win. And they do play Minnesota next. So this is kind of a look-ahead spot, but they need to win this one to kind of keep pace and all that other crap. So I like Calgary minus the 150, even though it's dropping.
I hope you win this. I don't have a real strong position on this game, but I was surprised to see Calgary be this big of a favorite. I would have thought it would be a little bit lower. I know that Anaheim's not really playing for anything, and Calgary's playing for everything, especially because they're in the locker room and they know that Minnesota's in a dogfight. There hasn't been a goal scored yet in that one. So play makes sense. Doesn't mean it's going to win. I hope you win that Calgary one. Are you watching what's going on in the Dallas and the Laker game right now? Are you paying any attention at all?
No,
87-85. Dallas has taken the lead. Luka is stuck on 38 points. It is now plus money to get 45 plus 105 right now. You like it?
Wow.
You still think he gets 45?
9 minutes left. Yeah, I still think he gets 45. I'm still holding on to my 50 ticket. I still think he has a shot at that, but it's not looking good unless he goes to overtime. These bets all count for overtime. So wow.
The San Jose Sharks have taken the lead 4-3 in Minnesota.
Wow.
This might be good for the Black Cloud play. Or no, the Black Cloud's been at Milwaukee. The same game parlay. You got Calgary. Yeah, we need Calgary. This is good. Okay. All right. I like it.
Yeah. No, my same game parlay is we got somebody think Denver. Calgary is in the trends thing.
It's in the trends thing. That's right. Yeah. And even Dubsy liked Calgary tonight. That was
right.
Yeah. Dubsy usually doesn't give a hockey play. So, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
And Jeff did
so,
too.
yeah, we had San Jose losing 6 in a row and Minnesota needing this win, minus 210. In regulation, no less. Yeah.
Well,
that's in a little bit of trouble.
That's in big trouble unless we get a Dallas Stars repeat of last night. Multiple goals here at the end of the game. 4-3, they're trailing. Wow, with 6 minutes to go.
You get them at Pick'em. You get them right now at minus 104. So we'll just say Pick'em, basically. Minnesota. They're in the second period. 5 minutes left. Are they really going to lose to San Jose?
Oh, I mean, thought it was the third period. That's good. It's only the second period. We're fine. Yeah, right. That's okay. That's good.
I got it.
That total going over 9.5. That's for sure. I think, right?
Yep.
We already got 4-3. Let's hopefully get this thing tied, or Minnesota takes the lead by the end of the second period. Sitting really good with the total. All right, I like it. Excellent.
All right, so you bet Minnesota now at minus 104. You hope they get the next goal. They'll go back to being a 2-1 favorite, and then you can bet San Jose on the other side, and you get yourself a free bet on San Jose.
Correct.
So
it'll be even more than $2 because there's only a period
it's so
left.
late.
Right. So they'll be a bigger favorite. Not that I mean that's the way these things go. Like they make these hockey favorites gigantic, even though it's only one goal or tied. So
Phillies just took a 3-2 lead over Jeff's Atlanta Braves, which is probably good for Jeff because he's got the Braves total over. So he needs the Braves to kind of score some.
Right.
I don't like this Braves team. I would normally I'd say grab at plus 146. Phillies bullpen stinks, and you have 3 at bats. You want to grab Braves plus 146 at home?
What inning are we in? Let me hit refresh. Middle of the 7th. So we got a home team, 3 at bats. Do we tie this thing up? I mean, you got to do it now before they hit.
Yeah, right. I think it's worth a shot.
It probably is worth a shot. I just don't want extra innings. Did you see what happened in a Pirate game today? I mean, they had to play 13 innings. They were getting no hit through 7. They finally got a hit in the 7th. And then it was 0-0 all the way to the 13th inning between them and the Cardinals. I mean, those are just too much. Yeah, that's just too much. I don't want that sweat. Speaking of sweats, this is becoming a sweat with the Wild and the Sharks. We're getting tweets right now. There's Niemi.
All right.
Opposite pick, SportsGrid Kick and Sig. My lock today was over 5.5 in the Wild and the Sharks. Okay, well, that's good because that's already
nice.
over. Return of two star players for the Wild and playing Flower in net, who hasn't been playing. This game is working the way I figured. Nice work. Nice work, Niemi.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's the one.
Man,
he's the guy that plays ties. He plays hockey tie, or not ties, but he go to overtime where he matches it up if it's like a pick 'em. He plays overtime in these playoff games. I don't think he does it in regular season, but in playoff games, he had a lot of success doing that. He said.
Wow.
I remember
Okay.
that. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good.
Brewers tack on a couple more. The
Hello.
Black Cloud is back alive. 5.
Hey.
Colorado just scored. 5-1.
All right. Well, we got the goal horn for the Brewers runs, but I mean that game's going. What's the in-game total for that? 13.5.
That's what I'm thinking. This has got like 12-8 written all over it.
10.5 was the closing number. That was a gift. 13.5 right now in game.
First under, by the way, in Oakland. Didn't happen last night. It happened today. Figures.
Yep. Yeah.
Day game today, though. Wonder if that played a little role.
Nah.
No,
there's good pitching. It's good pitching.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with the weather, the daytime, the nighttime, all that other stuff. Don't get caught up in all that stuff. Our next guest doesn't.
Stadium? Did you not buy into the stadium?
No, there's something to that. But I still think, most Major League parks have a different hitter's background. They have, seats and bleachers out in center field and all that stuff. I don't know. Just like when you hit your hole in one, when you have a nice view behind the hole and you see everything, it's a little clearer. I think it's just a hitter's park.
Yeah, maybe. So, speaking of golf, Mr. Golf himself, Cam Stewart, no doubt has a ton of golf picks for the Masters starting tomorrow. We'll get to that next right here on the Grid.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rhythm. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 18.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
He'll never stop shooting a basketball the rest of his life. All he's going to do is become one of those old, famous ex-players that's in the Hall of Fame, that's a legend, that shows up at games just like his dad did. His dad shows up at games. His dad was never as good as he is. And his brother is the lost soul. Like, they don't even care about his broke ass. This guy, Steph Curry, can play forever.
Pharrell, coast to coast. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all. It's
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
After every round, you guys were still up in each other's face, mouthing off before you went back to your corners, trying to get not just the last punch, but the last word. What was the move between you guys? Obviously, you're in there for your fright.
It didn't cut him. It didn't stunt him. A point wasn't taken away. There's no reason to even mention something like that. You're in a brawl. Things are happening. Accidents happen.
Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 2. I will say real quickly, kind of a weird day. Don't be laying a run and a half in baseball today. Darn near every single game was decided by 1 run. It's amazing. Just looking at the scores here real quickly. Tampa Bay won. Toronto won. Cleveland won. Mariners by 1. Dodgers by 1. Giants by 2. Padres by 1. Stankies by 1. Pirates by 1. Holy fudge. These games are all going to, and right now the Phillies lead by 1. So with that, we need a hole in 1 from our next guest, Mr. Cam.
You know he's got it.
Cam?
I'll try.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll
got
try,
the ace in the
Scott.
bag.
First of all, the best was last night. We're like, oh, Vancouver, what a bunch of quitters. It's the biggest comeback in hockey history. Seattle was the game that we were talking about. And Scott, that was another one. Maybe we'll take the under in Oakland. It's over in the first inning. But I came back to it today. That's why, you know what it is, Scott? It's like a horse race when when a horse pisses you off. Sometimes, I come back to the jockey when he had a bad trip. It's just one of those things. But I digress.
Let me ask you real quick. Were you and Gabe, did you notice it? Like 5-3, 5-4? And what was your reaction?
Yeah,
or did you just see 6-5?
What? With the baseball game?
No, with the hockey game, with Dallas.
The hockey game. No, like we were talking because we were just like, I told him about the Canucks game, and then he's like, what? I go, Vancouver's down 2. Yeah. Vancouver's down 1. Yeah. They tied it up. What? 1 in overtime. Okay. And then I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And then we were talking about, I forget what else else was going on here, but oh my God, Vasilevsky, I got to blow dart this guy. I got to pull a Happy Gilmore and pay a fan to put one right in his neck. Anyway, let's go. Masters 2000. Yay, we won! Yeah, we won! There you go, losers. Screw you, Tampa Bay. You lucky.
Needed that.
You should have seen this. The guy in the Leafs gets cross-checked in the head, and they call a penalty on him. I'm like, here we go. But anyway, I sound like a homer. Let's talk golf. Masters 2025. Hello, friends. Here's a go. Let's go outrights. Bryson DeChambeau, 20-1. Let's talk about this guy. Every year progressing upwards, 6 last year. Live guys with a little bit of anger in there. I'm telling you, they're going to come out and firing. I don't have Scotty Scheffler. Sorry, guys. That's Xander Schauffele. Now, if I got Scotty Scheffler at 24-1, you know what I do right now? See you guys, cut my mic. I go to the bank and literally say, how much can I take out on my credit card? 10 grand? Anyway, he's 5-1, but it's Xander Schauffele. Can I see some more Frank Font? I got some for you because I got some really interesting dudes. Left-handers. Bubba Watson has won this tournament twice. Mike Weir, it's left-handers paradise. Robert McIntyre, 55-1. The tricky Scott. Will Zalatoris, great in the majors. 2 times at the Masters, 2 top 10s. And Dave, this is like betting on Dr. Evil. Patrick Reed, everyone hates him. That's why he's 90-1. He should be 45, but everyone thinks he's a jerk. And I really don't care as long as he cashes tickets. Now let's roll. What market are we going to go to next? We can go to top 20s, finishing positions. Thank you there, Gary Graphic. Colin Morikawa is a very popular pick this week. He checks all the boxes here at the Masters, but a lot of the time he can't hit those putts. And lag putting is very important this week, plus 130. Shane Lowry, popular pick for a top 10, plus 240. Russell Henley, all he does is get top 10s. Also, Dave and Scott, where'd he go to school? Georgia. A lot of these guys, Augusta, Georgia, these SEC players want to play well. Corey Connors is a maven at this tournament. Almost won it. Top 10s galore. Top 20 for the Canadian at plus 135. Sepp Straka, another Georgia Bulldog. And Kevin Yu for a top 40 plus 110. A lot of the golf guys, I've done like 6 shows. These guys like this guy for a top 10. I'll just take a top 40. My favorite market, Scott. You know me.
The first round leader thing? Is this the first round leader?
This is first round leaders. Put it up, fellas. This is what we're doing. Bryson DeChambeau, he's been a first-round leader a couple times in this tournament. I love him at 24. Jordan Spieth, he's a horse that comes out hot. Ashke Batea, very, very good first-round leader play, one of the best on tour at 50. Keegan Bradley, the same thing. Here is my guy. I went to the Masters once and covered it. This was the first-round leader when I went in 2012 with Trevor Immelman won. Justin Rose at 70-1 is actually my favorite first-round leader pick. I each weighed him. I top 10. I'm doing everything with this guy. Billy Horschel, if you play like the TGL, we'll do fine at 90-1. And Schwartzel. Dave, nice sharp teeth. Great in a corn eating contest. Do you know he has a green jacket and playing well on live? 110 to 1. If Schwartzel goes first round leader and I put $30 on him and win 3,300, hey, Wetzel, maybe we'll go down to Atlantic City and roll the dice, hey, baby? Let's play some craps. Now we got top performers here. Do we like countries? Sure we do. Top Canadian, Corey Connors. He's got to beat Nick Taylor and Taylor Pendrith. A lot of guys are going, Corey Connors isn't going to do it. I say he does. Top South African could be my favorite bet. It's Schwartzel, who nobody remembers anymore because he's on lib, versus Christian Bezoutenhout. I'll take Schwartzel all day at plus 130. Top Nordic for our friends up north. Ludwig Aberg, not in perfect form heading into this tournament, but he's basically got to beat Victor Hovland. Top lefty, Robert McIntyre, plus 240, the Scot. And guys, I don't know what happened to Phil Mickelson's face, part Ozempic, part whatever. I saw a picture at the Champions dinner. He scared me. He looked like a guy that was going to knife a guy at an ATM for money, but I don't care. Who's going to beat him out of the seniors? Nobody. I'll lay 50 cents with Phil. There we go.
Wow. Nice. I was going to ask you about him. Does he have any shot at all of maybe not winning, but, being there? Is he going to make the cut?
Yes. Phil Mickelson to make the cut. You guys want to hear something crazy? I got a great bet for you, but the problem is the line went down. Max Homa, his best friend is his caddy. He didn't want to fire him because they've been friends since they were kids, but his sponsors are like, dude, you're not making cuts anymore. He literally was crying when he said, you're fired, friend, but we're going to stay friends. He's got a new caddy this week at Augusta. That is a bad recipe. I did something crazy too. My one fade, Hideki Matsuyama to miss the cut.
Whoa.
4 to 1.
Ooh. Wow.
That's my top player that I think is good. It happens every year. There's a couple of guys. I just don't. The thing about Hideki is he's all or nothing. And if he doesn't get off to a great start, I think he's got a lot of problems this year. But we'll see what happens. Should be a lot of fun, guys. Anybody can win this week.
Will there be a hole-in-one this week?
Yes. Yes, Dave. I don't know. Carver got plus 105. I had to lay a little bit of juice, but on 16, the funneling down to the hole, we usually get at least 2 every year. Sometimes one year we got 4. I love that bet. And you know what? Even if I had to lay juice, it's a fun bet. You got to do it. Everybody wants a hole-in-one.
Yep. More Cam and Gabe, top of the hour. Thanks, Cam.
Woo.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
Rearranging that river. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 18.5 points live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
He'll never stop shooting a basketball the rest of his life. All he's going to do is become one of those old, famous ex-players that's in the Hall of Fame, that's a legend, that shows up at games just like his dad did. His dad shows up at games. His dad was never as good as he is. And his brother is the lost soul. Like, they don't even care about his broke ass. This guy, Steph Curry, can play forever.
Pharrell, coast to coast. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
After every round, you guys were still up in each other's face, mouthing off before you went back to your corners, trying to get not just the last punch, but the last word. What was the move between you guys? Obviously, you're in there for your fright.
It didn't cut him. It didn't stunt him. A point wasn't taken away. There's no reason to even mention something like that. You're in a brawl. Things are happening. Accidents happen.
Only on SportsGrid.
right, welcome back. In-game live, game day on the grid. Thanks again, Cam Stewart. I know we had a couple of updates here that the viewers will like. That one, I do believe, is for Minnesota, which not only tied San Jose, Dave, while we were talking to Cam, they have now taken the lead just before the second period comes to a close. So that even money basically bet minus 102, 103, whatever it was. I'm sure I'll check here in a second, but Minnesota is now leading 5-4.
12-1. They are now 12-1 favorites. They were just even money. Yeah, you could take 6-1 if you'd like to on the Sharks.
Yes,
at least the book I'm looking at. That 9.5 total, that's looking pretty good over.
Yeah,
because they got 9 goals, so we need one more in the entire third period. I think we're going to get that. The in-game total is 11.5 right now. So if you had over 9.5 and you want to take a shot at 10 or 11, being a middle, you got a nice opportunity to do so. That's what we're doing. I mean, it's one of those.
We haven't paid too much. We haven't paid too much attention to this game. Have you watched this Rangers-Flyers game? They have 5 goals in the first 12 minutes of the third period. It has been like bonkers. Philadelphia just scored. They were leading. Then the Rangers took the lead. Then Philadelphia tied it. Now they've claimed the lead. So it's 5-4 Philadelphia with 8 minutes left to go. Yeah, 5 goals in the third period there. Crazy. Gave a little hunch play on the Atlanta Braves. We said down 3-2. You know what? Nice tie to grab them. They tied it up 3-3. So you get the Braves plus 146. You bet Philadelphia, basically a pick 'em, and then you got a free little 40-cent bet or so on Atlanta. That's
Brewers leading 5-1 as well. So rocking and rolling with the Black Cloud play. That's in the bottom of the fourth. They're leading. Yeah, this thing, this is pretty good. Everything is pretty much nailed right on. A lot of things happening, except for your hole-in-one story. This hole-in-one story, there's a lot of people that have been watching the show going, there's no way that he hit a driver and it was a hole-in-one. You hit a ground ball up the middle, and it rolled all the way to the cup and went in the hole. And
after going up the hill.
Yeah, it went up,
not that
down,
are alive.
and then up, and then in a hole. There's no witness, and now apparently there's no golf course anymore. This golf course doesn't exist.
Yeah, no clubhouse, no golf course, nothing. I think it's an apartment complex right now. I think once I got the hole-in-one, I was like, that's it. It's too easy. It's black clouded. You know, there's like the omen hanging over the golf course. Anyway, I honestly did. I could control. Don't ask why, but I could control my driver better than I could. Hitting with even a 9-iron or a pitching wedge, right? It was about 115 yards or so. And it was downhill, too. So it's a par 3. I took my driver out. I actually mishit it, skidded it, and it was in like a little valley. If you've ever been to the Sun Bowl in El Paso, Texas, right? The stadium's, and there's old mountains surrounding, right? So that's how this hole was. There was all, it was a little, hill leading to the green. And I skidded it, and it rolled up the hill on the left-hand side. I'm like swearing, I'm throwing my club right, and then I see the ball. It's rolling down, and it's rolling on the green, and it's getting closer and closer, and boom, it went in a hole. One of the worst shots of my life was a hole-in-one.
That's amazing.
Go figure.
That is amazing. Yeah. The chants are going on in Dallas right now. Thank you, Matty G, for the update. Luka has 45 points. Right now, and they're chanting his name. All right, so 135 left. He's got 45 points. The Lakers are up 110-94, and he's still on the floor. Luka is still on the floor. I think they're going to take him out, though, to a standing ovation.
For a standing ovation, yeah.
Yeah, they're subbing him out. Everybody in Dallas is on their feet going, that's our guy. You traded our guy. He's on the Lakers now. Thanks for coming. What a weird night. What a weird night.
Wow. He finished, if he is done, 16 of 28. It's not like he took 50 shots. You got to give him credit. He was hitting them. 16 of 28, including 7 of 10 from three-point land.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's give him credit. He came up big, whereas Anthony Davis, the dud he is, 13 stinking points. Thanks for nothing, AD. So, who's winning the Masters? I got Mickelson.
What? Mickelson? What?